Hey there YouTube. We're going to be replacing the fuel injectors on this 2004 Saturn Vue. It has a 3.5 liter in it. We're going to go ahead and open the hood and get started on that. Now we're going to go ahead and remove the air intake pipe. So loosen up this fitting here. That will take off this pipe after we take off this 10 millimeter here, and undo these two connect holders for the air box just by doing that. So go ahead and do that and pull that off. With all those bolts taken loose, just pull up and out and pull that off. Now there will be a bunch of connections all the way around the top part of this engine here. You're going to want to take off all the sensors, harnesses and everything like that, as I'm doing right now. But you're going to want to go all the way around, take off all of them that you can see, and then we'll catch all the other ones that we can't when we pull up off with the full air intake system here. But I'm just going to keep going through and pulling all of them off for now. Make sure you unpressurize the coolant system before starting to take this off. You'll probably just want to drain the coolant. You can probably watch other videos on how to do that, but you will want to do that. Now that you think you have all of those taken loose, all the connections, just go ahead and take your 10 millimeter, go around and bust all these loose here on top. Go ahead and do that, and then we'll take them off with our air ratchet. You can just use your standard ratchet if you don't have an air gun. But we're going to do this now. Now that you got all those bolts out, just take the top panel right off. You're going to have a gasket underneath of it. Just take the top panel off, then you got your gasket right there. Set those off to the side. Next, when we're looking down into the top of the intake, we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 bolts that we're going to want to take loose. So we'll go ahead and start doing that. Now in here, these are a combination of 10 and 12 millimeters. So just go ahead and take them all loose. Actually, we should work from the inside out. So that way we'll be very careful with not letting the top of the intake flex, as these are torqued down. Let's go ahead and just take all those loose, okay? These last two on the end over here, right here, these do not have to be taken out, I do not believe. Just gonna tighten them back up here real quick. It's just the 12 millimeters that need to be taken out. Alright, now that you have all the bolts loose or out and everything off, you can go ahead and try to just pull up. It's gonna be a little tight all the way around, but you kind of feel around, see if you left anything, or it looks like I left a harness over on that side, still tight. I left that harness right there, still on, so I'm going to take that loose. Alright, let's go ahead and try this again now that we took that harness off. Alright, we went ahead and took it off. I do have something still connected. I got one more hose over there, so I'm just going to go ahead and set this off to the side real quick. I'm going to take off that one hose. Alright, we went ahead and took that hose loose. Should be able to just go ahead and lift up like that and take it on out. Go ahead and set it off to the side. Now that we're down to the bottom of the intake, this is one gasket. Set off to the side. Then you have a plate that just comes up too. This one left the gasket on this side, so you're going to have two gaskets, one on top, one on bottom. I'm going to set this off to the side. Now we're down to our fuel rails. Our fuel rails are right here and right here. So next you're going to want to take off each one of these harness clips that are on each injector. You have 3 injectors on each side, total of 6. And then also take off this little wire loom or plastic clip. You'll want to remove that from the frame, from the fuel rail as well. We'll go ahead and do that. Next, you're going to want to take your 8mm. We'll use a short with a short extension. And there's going to be 2 nuts or 2 bolts holding on the fuel rail to the engine. So they're right underneath here. So we're just going to want to take both those out. Make sure you don't lose them down inside the top of the engine, otherwise those are going to be a pain to get out. Okay, there we go. Both bolts are out. We'll move on to the fuel injectors. This is the Schrader valve right here. This is going to be what holds the fuel pressure. It's covered up with a black little cap. So you'll want to safely remove pressure. The way I usually do it is just with a screwdriver. Probably not safe, but it's the way I do it. There we go. Now fuel pressure is relieved from the system. We can go on and work on the fuel injectors now. So you're going to want to put your screwdriver underneath the fuel rail here, and just any type of prying screwdriver, and you're going to want to try to pop them up without damaging the fuel rail. Now if it's coming too hard and you start hearing anything popping or cracking, you're going to want to stop. And there are metal clips on the fuel injector. I find that they're easier to remove the metal clips first on each one of these, and then just take the injector out of the fuel rail, exposing the fuel injector on the bottom. So we're just going to go ahead and do that real quick. Alright, so I'm just going to stick a screwdriver in behind on the back here, and I'm going to pop each clip off. They're not too bad. So this is what a clip looks like right here. It holds the fuel injector onto the fuel rail. You have 3 on each side, 1 on each injector. So we're just going to go ahead and do that. Alright, I went ahead and dropped one, so we're just going to get the magnet and fish that out off camera. Alright, we're going to go ahead and try to pry this up again. Alright, there we go. Fuel rail came off on this side, off the top of the injectors. So we're just going to go ahead and lay that off to the side. Watch fuel rail trying to go down the intake or anything like that. And then next you're going to want to take each one of those fuel injectors out. So we're just sticking a little pry bar underneath there, and we're just going to use this to shoe it up. If you're going to reuse the injectors, be careful. We're putting in some used one that we got out of another car at the salvage yard. A couple things to note: you have a top O-ring right here, and then you have this plastic piece right there, and then also another O-ring, and then a green piece right here. All those need to be in there in order for the fuel injector to actually seat up. If they're not on there, you either need to find them, buy them, or get them out of your intake or fuel rail. So we pulled out all the injectors on each side. We put a couple of them back in already, but that's how you take out the fuel injectors. If you could, please like this video, subscribe to my channel for more other car videos. Thanks for watching.